You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for August 11th through the 15th. We're going to talk about EJ's sneaky move and Gabi playing dirty. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you are not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's dive in. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, then we talk about next week. So on Wednesday, August 6th, EJ talks about making a big move in his legal strategy defending Johnny. He is talking to his son about it. Looks like EJ is ready to play as dirty as he has to keep Johnny out of prison. But I don't know if EJ is going to tell Johnny exactly what he's got planned, because it seems like a pretty sketchy notion, but one of those high risk, high reward scenarios. Tate interrogates Sophia on Wednesday about the adoption and their baby. Tate is still really depressed that Sophia didn't include him in the process and he never got to meet their baby. So I wonder if she can keep the sketchy truth hidden from Tate for much longer. Gabi complains to Leo and Rafe, maybe about Gabi's chic, maybe that baby Tesoro is just fussy. We'll see. Paulina takes the stand as a witness at Johnny's trial. She has to say that she heard her son-in-law saying his father EJ deserved what he got. Abe is there to comfort Paulina, who of course hates having to testify against Chanel's husband. On Thursday, August 7th, EJ and Belle head over to the Salem Inn for a secret tryst. So maybe EJ gets her all hot and bothered till Belle can't resist him. But EJ could be setting Belle up to save Johnny, because it looks like somebody may find out that the DA is canoodling with the defense attorney. Maybe they just spot them. Maybe they snap a picture of them going into the hotel. Steve questions Alex about his criminal past on Thursday's Days of Our Lives. And I do wonder if he can put Steve's mind at ease. And from there, will Alex run tell Stephanie what her dad found out so that she hears it from Alex and he can explain himself before her dad Steve spills that tea about his prior arrest and criminal charges. Xander and Gabi have dinner and what feels like a heartfelt conversation, but that seems to be only on Xander's part. It looks like Gabi is scheming and she's digging for info and she's doing it in a public place and she's going to take advantage of all of that. Johnny gets some comfort from his wife, Chanel. And of course, Susan remains desperate to find the real killer so Johnny can get back to his life. That's why Chanel invited Susan to come to Salem, but she seems to have lost the plot. Anna shocks her husband, Tony, when she tells him that kooky psychic Susan Banks thinks Stefano is alive and in Salem. She thinks he's in the house. So, Chad is kind of like, EJ's kind of like, but she's very insistent. On Friday, August 8th, we've got Gabi trying to pry secrets out of Xander Kiriakis as part of her scheme with Tony to take down Xander and Philip. This is part of the whole thing where she said fight fire with fire and Tony says, no, let's fight it with arson. And that plan seems to be to burn apart any threads left holding the Kiriakis brothers to each other and hoping to start an internal Kiriakis civil war that they can take advantage of. So Gabi is going to kiss Xander at the bistro. And I wonder if Gabi intentionally waits until she sees Sarah and Brady walking in to kiss Xander right in front of his estranged wife. Brady and Sarah's jaws are going to drop, and Sarah's upset. She tells Xander he can do whatever he wants, and so will she. And then Sarah smooches Brady. That's probably going to carry over into Monday's episode, but Xander is going to completely lose it. He is going to punch Brady. So obviously Xander is either not attending these anger management sessions or just isn't taking notes and paying attention because his anger is clearly unmanageable. Chad and Kat share a kiss at the end of this week on Days of Our Lives. He's over at her apartment. He's taking care of her and they're horizontal. So we'll see. Chad just told Julie to zip it on her mean talk to Kat and about Kat, although he did say it respectfully. So maybe Chad feels like that he's given Julie this heads up. Now he can do whatever he wants. In court, EJ calls for a mistrial due to a conflict of interest. He may have set it up so he purposefully allowed his fling with DA Belle to be exposed. EJ's going to make the request. Belle totally loses it, and she goes off on EJ in court. So Belle may figure out exactly what EJ's doing and why, and that he set her up. Marlena comforts a very worried Johnny, and I wonder if she will offer EJ another hypnosis session soon. The week of August 11th through the 15th, we've got Xander and Gabi's public kiss, upsetting Sarah, and then Xander's going to be facing some serious backlash over hitting Brady. He was arrested for the Phillip incident, and then his brother refused to press charges on Xander. But we'll see, will Brady press charges? Maybe, especially if Sarah tells him to, because she might try and take advantage of this for custody reasons. But more so, Sarah kissing Brady could turn out to be a huge mistake. Sarah kissed Brady out of anger and revenge, but he's about to start getting feelings for Sarah very soon, when she is still very much smitten with her annoying, violent, hunky husband. EJ's mistrial scheme may not work out the way he wants. Obviously, the judge may reject his request completely, but over and above that, Belle is so upset that this could be the end for her and EJ as a couple. Sophia struggles to keep the truth about Tesoro hidden. Plus, she still got the hots for Tate, and with Holly sticking around Salem to go to college, I doubt Sophia is going to get anywhere with Tate, but she can't let it go. Little Rachel's anxiety is through the roof. We may find out more about what's making her so nervous, and she is going to take the stand at Johnny's trial very soon. Susan keeps insisting that Stefano is alive and his presence is strong in the mansion, but EJ, Johnny, and others think she's a Looney Tune and completely dismiss what she's saying about the Phoenix. I do wonder if Tony may believe it, or if he also thinks EJ's mom is a wackadoodle-doo. Julie considers Chad's suggestion that she buy the bookstore in the square. That would be the perfect spot for a new business venture and some kind of incognito book signing for Anastasia Sands, aka Stephanie. She could show up in big sunglasses, a scarf, and a hat, sit behind a screen, something to protect her identity, or at the very minimum, drop off a huge pile of autographed books for Julie to sell. Gabi is ready to swap her attention over from Xander to Phillip for part 2 of this seduction scheme, and I do wonder if Gabi will succeed in pitting the brothers against each other.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.